Hey bitches, this is 10 Cartoon Network cartoons that should make a comeback, or shows. I would really love Johnny Bravo. Samurai Jack is coming back, I know that for sure. Sadly, I wish Dexter's Laboratory would come back, but the lady died that played Dexter. Rest in peace. She will be missed. What else? I like Cow and Chicken. But anyways, I'm gonna stop rambling. Let's get started.
What is going on, guys, and welcome to another video with your host, as always, K-Mac Time. And today's video is brought to you by Cartoon Amino, which is the single best way to interact with your friends and fans of the same stuff you love. There's all kinds of great apps out there in the Amino universe, hundreds of communities out there full of awesome blogs, posts, chat rooms, and they just recently added in the all-new quiz feature, which let you guys test your knowledge of your fandoms. And you guys see right here on the screen, I'm taking some cartoon quizzes over on Cartoon Amino, and they all seem to be beyond easy. I'm absolutely just nailing all these questions. So I challenge you guys right now to head on over there, make a quiz, and send it to me. The first person to stump me will be featured in my next video. And like I said, the app is 100% free. It's both on iOS and Android. The links are in the description. Make sure you're downloading it. Make a quiz on Cartoon Amino and tag me in it, and I will pick one of you to be in the next video. But without that out of the way, let's jump right into today's video. Cartoon Network has had some amazing cartoons over the years, especially in its golden age, mid-1990s to
I would
the
watch
early
both
2000s.
networks.
Back then, it seemed that every show they put out was an absolute
and
smash
Billy
hit.
and Mandy.
And well, yeah, a handful of
come
today's
back.
shows are great.
Billy
It
and
doesn't
Mandy.
seem like the lineup of programs is quite as solid as it used to be. With that said, let's take a look at 10 Cartoon Network shows that we want to make a comeback. Starting out our list is Regular Show, and yes, I know it's still on the air, but as of January 2016, the show was officially canceled and no more new episodes will ever be made, which is sad because this was by far one of my favorite modern day cartoons, and it had some of the funniest and most original characters I can remember for quite some time. Mordecai and Rigby, in my opinion, kept Cartoon Network afloat a few years, and there really wasn't much else on the show on this network to watch besides Adventure Time, and maybe a couple other shows were okay. But even though the show did run for 8 seasons and a total of 261 episodes, I still want more. Regular Show is a cartoon I will never get tired of, and I hope someday they'll bring it back. And
I wasn't really a fan of the Regular Show.
Next up is Codename Kids Next Door, and this show was the
Yes.
show when I was a kid. The whole secret agent spy with awesome 2x4 technology gave the show a totally original and fresh feel at the time, and its characters were also different, but they meshed together so well. And the thing about it I love the most was the villains of the show, like the Toilinator and Sticky Beard, were some of my favorites because they were so over the top weird. I used to love how the show, each episode started with an acronym, and it gave you the I scream, and it broke it down, and like all the letters meant something, and it kind of did it. It was kind of a fun thing. It was a super clever and funny way the writers put in there. Anyway, I feel that enough time has gone by since the show was canceled in 2006 after just 6 seasons that it could make a comeback. And in 2015, a video was posted on YouTube of what appeared to be an animation of a new series featuring number 1 called The Galactic Kids Next Door. It was later revealed to be an attempt to try and get the series approved with help from fans. In April of 2015, a petition was started to get The Galactic Kids Next Door to be a real series. Many fans, including the show's creator Tom Warburn and the voice actors of the show, did sign the petition. However, Cartoon Network never actually greenlit the series, which kind of sucks, but hopefully one day we'll get to see this continuation of the series. Duck Dodgers was a show that was incredibly underrated and short-lived in my opinion, and it's based on the 1953 theatrical short called Duck Dodgers in the 24th and 1/2 century. And this show is so awesome. It took Daffy Duck in a new and fun direction, and I absolutely loved it back in the day. It ran for just 3 seasons with 39 episodes from 2003 until 2005. Like I said, super short run. The show was a great mix of Looney Tunes and almost every popular science fiction series or movie you can imagine. There are countless Star Trek, Star Wars, James Bonds, and other pop culture references throughout, and it's so well done. I was actually super excited to see this new direction they're taking Looney Tunes characters in, and it's so interesting and well done back in the day. Even though it, just kind of was short-lived, it did have a mixture of incredibly good writing and great jokes and gags. And sadly, like I said, the show was very short-lived, but it's one that I would absolutely love to see come back. Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends was another show that I fell in love with as a kid. I mean, the series is set in a universe in which childhood imaginary friends coexist with humans, and in that universe, imaginary friends take physical form, become real as soon as a child thinks them up, and once a child outgrows them, imaginary friends are relocated to Foster's Home to be adopted by younger kids. That's such a cool idea. It's such
I fuck with this show.
For a cartoon. It was so awesome. The show ran for 6 seasons with 79 episodes from 2004 until 2009, and to this day, the show is still the craziest group of characters I've ever seen. If you think about the charm and originality that goes into each of them, I mean, you had Blue and Coco and Eduardo and so many countless more. They were just off the wall crazy. And Blue is still one of my all-time favorite characters. I love his rebellious and adventurous ways.
Cheese.
And how Mac
he's annoying,
the trouble he got
cute.
into. It was such a great dynamic. I really like this show. I think it'd be cool to redo the series, maybe where Mac and Frankie are a little bit older and they now run the house, and there's a whole new cast of younger characters and all new imaginary friends. I think it'd be cool to have all new adventures in this universe. Now, when I was in about 4th grade, I can remember coming home from school every single day and putting on Toonami, and my favorite show at the time was a show that most people these days have completely forgotten, and that is Zoid's New Century Zero. It was an absolutely amazing anime series that was too short-lived in my opinion. I mean, Bit Cloud, the Liger Zero, and the rest of the Blitz team was much-to-watch TV for me back then, and I really miss those characters in that series. I love the giant animal-based mech combat. I mean, Zoids is such a cool idea. And the animation was incredibly well done back then. Plus, the characters were all pretty memorable, and the show had a cool feel to it that really nothing else really had since. I mean, yeah, there are 2 more series in the Zoids universe called Zoids Fusers and Zoids
I've never
Genesis,
seen this.
but for me, Zoids Zero Century was by far the best, and Bit Cloud was an awesome character, and his Liger Zero was so freaking rad. I would love to see him and the Liger Zero come back to TV sometime in the near future. Courage the Cowardly Dog is an all-time classic on Cartoon Network. It ran for just 4 seasons, however, with 42 episodes from 1999 to 2002, and that simply isn't enough for me. I would kill to have Courage the Cowardly Dog come back. There's just nothing else like it, and its style of humor really clicked with me as a kid. I mean, the bad guys in the show are some of the creepiest and oddest I've ever seen in any show, and I absolutely love it. Plus, you have Muriel and Eustace, who are so oblivious to all the bad guys. That's kind of the running joke. And it's super funny how they never know something and Courage has to save them. It was this really fun dynamic, and I loved it. There was this clueless, blind, elderly couple that just, was there to be saved every time by Courage. And it was such a good show. I loved this show. There's not much else I can say about the show you guys don't already know. I mean, like I said, it's a total classic, and it's something that if it were to come back, my mind would be blown, and it would be a must-watch for me. Johnny Bravo was a cartoon, and it was just nothing else like it, and it's so incredibly funny. I still catch myself quoting it all the time, even after it's been canceled for like 13 years now. The show ran for 4 seasons from 1997 until 2004 with a little bit of a break in between there. And like I said, there's nothing else like it. I mean, Johnny's pickup lines are pure gold, and his semi-sexist views on women. Maybe some pretty funny episodes, though I'm not sure that they would kind of fly today with
Johnny
today's
Bravo
PC thing going on. But if they were to tone it down a notch, I still think this character could fit into a modern cartoon lineup. His relationship with Carl, his neighbor, was really funny, and Pops from the diner. Those could be good ways to kind of get away from that sexist kind of vibe. But man, I loved that back in the day, man. The whoa mama and all the hilarious things. He talks like Elvis. He lives with his mom. And oh my god, it's such a great show. And like I said, another classic. And I wish they could bring this back. Next up is The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, which was originally just called Grim and Evil, and it was featured on Cartoon Network's Big Pick Friday, where fans get to vote on which cartoon short will be picked up by the series and made into a full show. Needless to say, Grim and Evil won, and ran for a full season before being converted into The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. And this show was amazing. Its sense of dark humor was something I loved, and Mandy's character is a definition of pure evil. I mean, wow, that's such a dark character, but I love it. Then you have Billy on the other hand, who is just this over-the-top, joyful, happy-go-lucky, kind of dumb character. Finally, then you have Grim, who is enslaved into friendship after he lost a limbo contest of all things. Absolutely crazy. The show show had, like I said, great dialogue and voice acting, not to mention its hilarious writing style. I was so sad as the show got canceled after just 6 seasons and 79 episodes. Hopefully, though, Cartoon Network can find a way to bring it back to life someday down the road. Next up is another show that is an all-time classic, and it's so sad that it's been gone for so long. It seems like it's been forever. But Dexter's Lab has everything a good cartoon needs to have. Funny, memorable characters, amazing writing, top-notch voice actors and crew, and the most important thing is having interesting and funny plot lines, and it was just non-stop in the show. The idea of having a secret lab was just so cool to me as a kid. I remember hiding in my closet and thinking it was my own secret lab where I could get away from my parents, and like just remember doing things like that because I watched this show so much. And I absolutely loved everything about this show. I mean, Dexter's genius inventions and his giant robots were so cool, and the way Dee Dee was such an idiot and destroys everything was also hilarious. And Mandark was his perfect rival with his ha 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 ha. Oh, and then his parents who were completely blind to everything. It's just such a well done show. I love everything about it, and it sucks that it only got 4 seasons and 78 episodes. And the original run was from 1996 to 1999,
with that show too?
But it was brought back in 2001 until 2003. So if Cartoon Network can bring it back once, hopefully it can bring it back twice, and this time even more. And finally, the #1 show that Cartoon Network needs to bring back has to be Ed, Edd n Eddy. And for me, this is hands down by far the best Cartoon Network show of all time. It defined my childhood, and I watched it non-stop. I used to tape over old freaking VHS tapes with episodes so I could watch them over and over, and it just never got old to me. The show ran for 6 seasons of 69 episodes between 1999 and 2009, with a little bit of a hiatus there in between. And while, yeah, it ran for 10 years and there was a lot of episodes, it's still not enough for me. I need more scams, more jawbreakers, more hijinks from the Ed Boys and the Cul-de-sac Kids. It was such a perfect show for me, and I love the dynamic with Ed's and Eddie's love for money hungry, and he's a scam artist, and Double D's a genius inventor, and Ed is the lovable dumb oaf, and seriously, I need more of the show. It's like crack to me. I would love to bring this back. If Cartoon Network ever decides to bring it back, I would absolutely lose my mind. And just like with the recent revival of Samurai Jack, it seems like nothing's impossible. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that one day, some way, somehow, we'll see more of Ed, Edd n Eddy and the rest of the crew. I mean, so many great characters. I mean, Ralph and Plank and Jimmy, and so many of them are so good and memorable, funny characters, and I wish they'd bring it back someday. Well, that's all I have time for today, guys. I hope you all enjoyed. If you guys did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more videos daily. Make sure to check out the previous videos I've had on Disney shows that come back and Nickelodeon shows that come back. Links in the end slate. Also, make sure, like I said earlier, to jump on over to the Cartoonino app and try and stump me with a quiz on Cartoonino. You guys will have a chance to be featured in an upcoming video. Links to that down in the description. Like I said, it's very free, or it's completely free. It's on iOS and Android. Links in the description. But until next time, guys, remember that's always K-Mac time somewhere. Till then, take it easy and peace out.
I agree, like, with half of this list. Like, I think, like, Dexter's Laboratory, I don't think it should come back because the lady that voiced Dexter died, so I don't think anybody can replace the voice of Dexter. But I do agree with some of these, like Ed, Edd n Eddy, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, Conan Kids Next Door, Johnny Bravo, like shows like that. I think they should come back. And I know Samurai Jack is coming back. Hopefully it comes out really good. Not a letdown like Powerpuff Girls. That was a letdown. I seen the commercial. It looks pretty good. But hopefully it's not a letdown like Powerpuff Girls. Sorry if you guys are fans of the Powerpuff Girls today. I'm not really a fan of it. I used to watch Powerpuff Girls, the original, and it's just a letdown. let me guys know what cartoons you guys want to come back, new or old, in the comments down below. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Subscribe.